What up, world? It's eternal authenticity, broadcasting live, and I'm doing another audio message. Y'all know this is part of my signature. The unique people out there, authentic squad out there. Thank you, supporters, family, whatever. Y'all know that this is part of my signature, my twist in this whole YouTube world. I love getting deep. I love, honestly, being able to be alone and to just speak from the top of my heart and soul. You know, the unique message I have to share. Because I'm a vessel. And like whatever that I may experience in the world, in reality, in life. Circumstances, challenges, problems, observing certain things, noticing certain things in the world, in life, certain stuff, situations. But I'm the one that's like able to be out there in real life. I'm the one that's able to be out there, you know, and check back in also to have a voice, to speak up, to be a powerful, valid voice to be reckoned with, a force to be reckoned with. That's who I am. I'm a force that is unstoppable. You know, I'm a vessel. You know what I mean? And I check back in and I share truth that's coming from me uniquely. And that's also what's going on in the collective reality, our collective consciousness of society, of the matrix, of this universe, of this niche, holistic health and wellness niche I'm in. All of that. That even Shakespeare says this whole world is a stage. So I'm being myself on this stage, So for me, a big thing I touch base upon is the balancing beam act of things in life. There's some people where all they're into is just control. They're into just boring, matrix, analytical, linear, mundane stuff. There's some people who are way on the other side, opposite of that, where they're just solely focused on, rebelling against the system. People who are way out of the box, which can be great, but also at the same time, these people, they still aren't able to learn. They aren't able to listen, they aren't able to learn, and they're not truly connecting with anyone. They're more or less isolating themselves, but at the same time, they're still, focused on that spiritual realm, but they may be lacking and suffering, in the material world. They may not be financially stable. They may not be in good hygiene. They may not have, true intelligence, but they may be heavily into just isolating themselves and focusing on the spiritual things. And there's a whole lot of different categories and boxes and labels out there and titles and stuff. The most thing I'm aware of, the most confident thing that I'm aware of is that I'm here to be able to have the best of both worlds. I'm here to be able to remember and remind other people as well that, hey, I have a mind, I have a message, I have a voice, I can write, I can read, I can produce YouTube videos, I can play music, I can produce music, I can edit videos and music as well. You know, I'm intelligent. I'm like a scientist, nutritionist, herbalist, guide, messenger, coach. You know, I have a great experience level with getting deep and nerdy about holistic health and science about that. At the same time, also, I also do have a heart. I have a compassionate soul, you know, and I'm able to focus on what truly matters as the priority, you know, on the vision I have for my first newborn child, and taking things from there. And also having the vision and the ability to be able to visualize having other children, but just also at the same time just starting off with one and focus on how that will feel. And also being able to invest in love, invest in connection, in a loving relationship, day in and day out, and having that as a test run. Investing in on mating, dating, evolving in a loving connection, planting those seeds and seeing how this universe is going to conspire to help work in my favor. That's honestly how it is. Um, and that's what I've been doing, combining the best of both worlds. Because part of us, it's just that's the metaphor, the picture that I'm painting up for everybody. You know, on one side, it was just the heavy spiritual stuff, but it's just like they just want everything just handed to them fast, rushed, forced, you know. And then there's another side where it's just like they're not simple, but at the same time, they're doing all of this work, all of this difficult work and maybe smart work too. But at the same time, it can be more simple than that. So, and it's not just supposed to be, you know, no type of work too, So it's like I'm the one that's combining both worlds where it's like, hey, we can be simple and efficient and not so hard on ourselves, but at the same time we can also accomplish stuff and actually have objectives and tasks that we are productive about and that we get done, you know? So I'm able to have that healthy coherency, harmony, and balance, which is rare. And that's why I'm sharing this gift and talent and I'm placing value on it. So this also, goes hand in hand with what I've opened up about relationship, dating, love, or whatever. Every true successful pioneer knows deep down to have a mind of their own. They're usually able to be alone a good amount of times to work on their dream, their vision, even if it's the president of the United States, even if it's, the CEO of this massive Fortune 500 business, for phones, for computers, for oil, for whatever it is. Any successful pioneer, they know that they have to have a mind of their own because one, they have to check in with themselves and be like, oh, okay, who am I? What am I here to do? What's my purpose? What are my unique gifts and talents? And how am I connecting and sharing this with the world? Also at the same time, what is truly unique and special and valuable to me, aka my parents, my mom, my dad. If you have brothers or sisters, I don't. I'm an only child, but if you do have brothers or sisters, nieces, nephews, cousins, close friends, other relatives, uncles, aunties, you know, focusing on who is still alive and, that love that you have. And another, the most ultimate level of love personally that you can have is where you finally meet your our reflection. When I finally meet my reflection, a woman in a different time and space as me, but who has the key to my heart and I have the key to her heart. And we are the only key holders to each other's hearts, where we are romantic, where we are intimate, where we are affectionate, and where we finally have our first child together, and we grow from that, you know. So all of this love stuff I just talked about, the layers of love and stuff like that, like, us having a mind of our own, figuring out who we are, our character in this world, in this matrix, figure out what truly matters to us, our family, our close friends, and specifically our life partner, our devoted reflection, intimate reflection, romantic reflection, the most amazing one, you know, to us. That, you know, and also go being able to, comprehend and understand that life is a marathon, being able to understand and comprehend the different levels and depths of it, that, there's still a lot to do. We can still travel so much. Whenever we level up in different financial levels, guess what? There's so much stuff to be active in that, you know, whether it's material stuff or whatever, whether it's also the family love aspect of things to evolve and grow and nurture, you know, all these different things. That's I'm the one that's able to guide people back to a healthy coherency and understanding of this is what life is, like it's not just perfect, you know, where it's like you just are a lazy, unproductive bum that just gets everything handed to them. But at the same time, it's not where you are stressed out 24/7, bored, deteriorating your health, becoming sick, paranoid, and just stressed out, confused, overthinking, and just with no life. It's a combination of being able to work smart and hard and also to be able to relax, have fun, celebrate, and enjoy yourself. And it's the ultimate holistic level of harmony and balance is the fusion of the mental and the spiritual loving aspects of life, being able to understand, hey, you know, I can function, I can interact with the world, the material world, the boring world, whatever you want to call it, the matrix, business world, whatever you want to call it, but also at the same time, I'm still able to have a family that I can come home to that's happy to see me and support me. I have, something that money can't buy. I have a wife. I have a newborn child. This is stuff that is not bought. It's something that's from the universe, that's sacred, that's special, that's from my heart and soul. And that's in our own heart space. In our own world that nobody can take from me or us. You know what I mean? And it's like to be able to be in the world and but not of the world is something that I've been able to understand, that I'm understanding too, and that I'm developing and I'm checking in with, about. And like I said, for me, I'm simple, like I've got to write stuff down. I realize, hey, okay, it's a matrix business world. What am I into? I have 5 years of trumpet playing experience in the band. So I have a jazz classical background and inclination and appreciation, and excitement for that. Also, at the same time, I, you know, am into holistic health. I'm studying for personal trainer certifications and licenses and learning about that. I'm also on YouTube. I have an amazing voice and I love who I am, so I'm able to share content on YouTube. I'm also into writing and reading and creating and designing, so I have a lot of other horses in the race as well, to be able to play in this game called life. Also at the same time too, I do love to have alone time. I love vegan food. I love plant-based living. I love meditation with herbs and just to be able to chill and reflect. I love to be able to be with the special intimate partner. I love to be able to focus on what truly matters, where we're able to take a seat, you know, and not be so clouded in our mind, you know what I mean? But just to be able to enjoy our time with our loved ones and, you know, to have things to manifest into fruition, you know, and that's how it is for me. I'm always reminding myself of my own mind. There's so many minds out there, you know, when you go out into a busy city, so many cars and people, buses, trains, taxis, etc., etc. A lot of noise. When you hop onto the internet, on YouTube, on a computer, onto the television, onto social media, so many different voices and words and pictures and profiles. When you go into school, when you go into work, when you go into jobs, when you go into different facilities, when you go into, you know, correctional facilities, when you go into hospitals, when you go into wherever, you know, it's a lot of different people and voices and energies out there. And that's great. We can learn how to interact and connect with some of them, you know. But at the same time, the true people know that deep down, simplicity is the most amazing thing to live by, and to have something that is priceless, you know. Because if you're always going around to everybody, if you go into your school and you're always wanting to hook up with everybody, let's say you're a girl and you're always wanting to hook up with every guy, you know, you have 500 people in your class, maybe 250 are guys. And if you always want to sleep with every guy, if you want to sleep with 100 or 200 of those guys in your class, then to be honest, you're very lustful, you're very easy, you're sloppy, and, you know, you have so much that you have to cultivate and work on within yourself, you know, and it's not attractive to be like that, to be honest. I'm just keeping it real with you, you know. That's not special, because that shows that you are so quick and fast and easy just to hop on to somebody else, you know, that you don't truly value anybody. You know what I mean? But let's take, for instance, an example. If you're a girl and, or a guy, you know, looking for a girl, the same examples apply to both sides. I'll just use another girl example. Let's say you're a woman who, you know, you realize, okay, here, I'm in school to learn, to grow, to, you know, establish myself more so I can be on the right path, you know, to have a long life of success, you know. And yes, I'm also here to have a family. Yes, I'm also here to find my knight in shining armor, my prince, you know, my king, whatever. But at the same time, you know, I'm not here to be hooking up with everybody, because that's honestly nasty and it's disgusting. So if I'm going around just about my own business, you know, I already know I have classes, I have notes, I have exams, I have courses. I'm also maybe involved in, you know, extracurricular activities, sports, cheerleading, dance, you know, astronomy, whatever, astrology, you know, the play, theater arts, whatever. And let's also say, you know, um, you're really holistic. You're well rounded in all those aspects. And on top of that, you have your heart open for that special one, you know, that special one who has the key to your heart or whatever, who you're intimately looking to be involved with. Then things are so much more simple and more organized and highly civilized when it's like that, because then it shows that you're faithful. It shows that you're loyal, you're honest, and it goes on both sides for men and women. You know, like you have your self organized. You have a priority in mind. You know, and like then it shows that you have that key set for that specific someone. You know, so that you have that love, that prioritization, that intimacy devoted for them, for that special guy, ladies, or for that special girl, fellas. And, you know, you're able to build your life around that, you know, because you have that special one. Then you could be like, oh, okay, cool. I'm still studying. Also, at the same time, I'm still evolving. I'm still planting seeds. I'm still learning and growing in the business world. I may still be working, writing, creating, whatever. And guess what? You can still do these things without feeling messed up inside because you're staying true. You're not going around trying to interfere and interact and just be with everybody, because you're set, you're someone, and like that's the ultimate thing I'm touching base on about. It's just mentalities. Some people are very complicated and horrible and disorganized and scatterbrained and greedy and sloppy, you know what I mean? And some people are very clean, they're very sensitive, they're very honestly pure, they're clean, they're transparent, and they're simple, they're organized, you know, and it's just different spectrums of how you choose to live your life, and that's all on you, to be honest. But for me, I'm simple, I'm into health, and simplicity and truth and real love, and that's why I'm always touching base on this because it's important, it's valuable, and other people relate with it, other people resonate with it, other people are inspired by what I'm doing and what I'm sharing, because I'm focused on what truly matters. At the same time, I have a mind, I have an intelligence, I have an amazing intelligence within me, and I'm just checking into the game of life, how I see it. There will come a time eventually where I'm going to wake up and I will have manifested an extraordinarily new and amazing level of living, where I'm waking up, boom, I have financial abundance. Where I'm waking up to me having financial abundance on an extremely high level, in my bank account of stability and security. While I'm waking up and I have my most wildest heart's desires and dreams right in front of my eyes, beyond my imagination. I'm waking up to phenomenal, marvelous surprises and blessings that are beyond my imagination, where I'm waking up and I am receiving thousands of messages every day, finally showing that I've connected and impacted and inspired thousands and millions of people, and where things are flowing on another level. And this is why I'm always reminding myself as well to be patient, because the fact that I have a vision is why I'm so powerful, because I'm able to be present. I'm also able to be honest and truthful and able to reflect on stuff from time to time. And I'm also able to be intelligent and wise enough to be able to plan for tomorrow while I'm living for today. So it's some deep stuff, I'm a master and I'm a student, at the same time. So this is where I'm coming from. I'm in alignment, so that's why my mouth waters about the success that I will experience and the extraordinarily phenomenal, spectacular, loving experiences I have yet to experience, that I will experience. So, anyways, with all this being said, this is just the truth. Our heart is the ultimate truth. Love is the last hope for humanity, and that's for real, honestly. It's not something to be toyed around with. It's not something to be taken for granted. It's not something to be messed around with or laughed at or fooled around with. Love is something that's very sacred and valuable, and it takes someone to truly be able to share and express and get deep with who they really are and what they really aspire to have and what they, are about, to finally attract it into their life. And that's what I've been doing. I've been like, hey, you know what? I would much rather be loved for who I truly am than who I'm not. I would much rather to have my loving dreams and aspirations to come true, and for it to not be popular, for it not to have all this hype and attention around it, but for it to be simple and true, I'd much rather have that than to have a lie in my life. I would rather have some simple, small, high quality stuff rather than to have, something that's a complete lie. I'm not going to sell out just for attention, just for quick this, quick that, just for status of this, status of that, material stuff, egotistical stuff, but it's a lie deep down, nah. I will have the simple, high class love that I'm worthy of, and I'm always reminding myself that every day that I'm an old soul and that I'm worthy to manifest spectacular lifelong blessings. So anyways, I'm wrapping up this other audio. Thank you all for listening, watching, supporting, loving, and celebrating with me. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know what's on your mind. Check us out below in the description. Health and wellness consultations. Help us out. We will help you out. YouTube.com/help make a difference. Follow us on Instagram at Eternal Authenticity. It's Eternal Authenticity, broadcasting live. Peace.